Hi, I'm Stavros and welcome to Rathcoole in County Dublin. I'm here at Cosy Campers to look at a Volkswagen Transporter van and also to look at this Egg Caravan here. And here joined with me today to speak more about these is Joe McLaughlin from Cosy Campers. Joe, how are things?
Very good. Thanks for coming in, Stavros.
Thanks for having me here today. Now, Joe, you've got a range of Volkswagen camper vans here for sale, which you're going to talk us through, and also this small little Egg Caravan. So, Joe, how long are you in business in Rathcoole?
We actually started the business in 2006, which is a long time ago now, but it was a very different operation back then. We were mainly concentrating on importing and restoring classic Volkswagens, whether that be Volkswagen Beetles, Carmen Gias, and the classic camper, of course. But gradually throughout the years, we moved away from the classic Volkswagen towards the more modern transporter that you'll see behind us here. There were a lot of reasons behind that. I started the business originally because of a love for the classic Volkswagen, but in terms of reliability and practicality and the rust issues, it just made sense for us to move towards the T5 and T6 now transporter.
And you've got various age-ranged Volkswagen Transporter camper vans, Joe. What sort of price range are we talking between, say, a 15 reg to a 12 reg?
It will vary quite a lot depending on the spec of the base vehicle, depending on the conversion that's done to the vehicle. But as a guide for a 2012 fully fitted camper, raising roof, crash tested rear seating, you'll start some in the region of €40,000. And if you move that up to a brand new vehicle would start from €52,000, but you can spend €70,000 if you want to.
Right. And Joe, people buy new vans and they come into you and you refit them?
That can happen, but more often than not, we would supply the vehicle and carry out the work. So then essentially the customer at the end of the day, we're a one-stop shop. So in terms of warranty and all the other things, if there's a problem, they come to me. And we've been here since 2006, so it's peace of mind for people. If you buy a brand new vehicle, you're getting a 2-year vehicle warranty and you get a 2-year conversion warranty. So it says a lot about what we do.
And of course, the Volkswagen Transporter van is a very economical van to start with and very nice van to drive as well.
Yeah, that's one of the reasons why we focus on the Volkswagen. You know, the camper van and Volkswagen go hand in hand and have done since the 1950s. You know, there are a lot of very similar sized vehicles on the market, but because of the way the Volkswagen drives, the quality of the product, we focus on it.
So, Joe, we'll just have a look around some of the vans here because you're going to demonstrate some of the features in these vans, which are very good features.
Absolutely.
So we'll just have a look at them now.
Sure. We have a number of Volkswagen campers for sale here, and we actually do 6 different conversion layouts, all based on the Volkswagen Transporter. But we'll start here with this black 2015 long wheelbase trendline transporter, extremely low mileage, 8,400 kilometres. It was an ex-demo vehicle for a main dealer in Dublin, has done little to no use. We'll take a look inside, which is where most of our work takes place. This is essentially our Remo Trio style camper. It starts with the Remo roof, front elevating, which is colour-coded, in a black pearlescent paint, same as the vehicle itself. Our Remo Trio style furniture line, which is in a shiny silver, as the Germans call it. It's the only furniture unit in our range that we don't make. This unit comes into us prefabricated from the factory in Germany. It's pre-plumbed, pre-wired in the factory in Germany. The floor system, including the rails, again fabricated in Germany and installed by our trained fitters here in Dublin. You'll see the seat that I'm sitting on here. If I just move this table out of the way, it is again a Remo unit. It is a 3-seater, which again for people with kids or extra carrying needs is very handy. You'll see this integrated headrest, and this transforms into a very neat double bed, which I'll show you now in a moment. Up front we have 2 single captain seats. The passenger swivels. It is also possible to swivel the driver. It's an optional extra. The vehicle itself comes with cruise control, air conditioning, rear park sensors, multi-function leather steering wheel. So it really is a very well equipped vehicle. We have privacy glass all around, opening side window at the kitchen area. We have the remote control panel, which does all of your 12-volt electrics. You've got a battery level reading there, USB charging for charging mobile phones, things like that. You have touch sensitive LED lights on the passenger side. On the other side, we've got again LED strip lights controlled by switch. You have reading lights front and rear, which again are very versatile, can move to any direction that you want them to. Vehicle is fully insulated with a Remo 20mm closed cell foam insulation. On top of that, again, we have 50mm of sheep's wool. On top of that, again, your ply panel and your lining material. So you've got 4 layers between the outside world and you. You won't find a better insulated camper.
You can also get a night heater, Joe, fitted.
Yeah, this one here has that night heater.
Yes.
It's a diesel night heater. We also fit sometimes gas heaters, but I suppose the benefit of the diesel night heater is that you're not worried about using up your little gas cylinder. You'll always have diesel in your tank.
And Joe, the sink area is over here.
Yeah.
And you also have stainless steel hob.
Yeah, so essentially you've got your separate double burner hob and sink, electrically pumped water, which just flick of a switch and out will come your water. It's actually pumped from freshwater tanks which are at the rear of the vehicle, and your wastewater tank actually goes into it. Wastewater tank is stored inside the cavity of the side of the van, so you're not taking up any valuable storage space. You've got storage pockets all around the van, and upstairs, as I call it, you have your elevating roof bed, which during daytime lifts up out of the way. Nighttime, with the aid of 2 gas struts, just lowers down very simply. So you've got a 1.8 metre long by the width of the vehicle bed upstairs, which again made by the Germans and capable of holding the weight of 2 adults, unlike some of the cheaper competitors. So I'm going to demonstrate the operation of our Remo VarioTech seating system. You'll see in the floor here we have these sliding track system, and one of the main benefits of this, it allows the seat to slide into a forward driving position, so which is excellent for people with young kids where you want to have a car type position, so you have the children in close proximity to the driver in the front of the vehicle. And obviously when you do that, it also gives you an enormous boot space, which gives you huge carrying capacity for anything from large goods to bicycles and anything else you could pretty much imagine. Now, so that is us in our forward driving positions, which is excellent for people with young children where we're in very close proximity to the driver, so it just gives ease of access to passengers travelling in the rear. So essentially this is more like a car position, and as a result of us sliding that seat forward, it also gives an enormous rear carrying space, which is wonderful for carrying larger goods and even bicycles in the back of the van. Everything that we use in our conversions is fully safety compliant, EU safety tested, and typically TUV approved. There are much cheaper alternatives in terms of parts for conversions, and we opt not to use them. Everything that we use is top of the range, and hence what we do is expensive, but all of the European part suppliers such as SMEV, Dometic, Waco, Remo, they've all been producing these parts for decades, and their products are tried and tested. We'd rather stay with those proven manufacturers and have the best product that we can make, which means that you buy something from us and you have a product that will last a lifetime.
And Joe, you also have another van here you'd like to show us. It's actually sold, but it does have a different coloured interior.
It does, yeah.
That might give somebody some ideas.
Yeah, this, as I said, is our Remo Trio style. The next one we're going to have a look at is our Urban Plus. It's a 5 or 6 seater depending on your specification, but we'll have a look at that one now.
Great.
So this is another 2015 Transporter that we've just sold to a customer. Slightly different to the last one in that it has blackberry pearl paint, beautiful colour on the Transporter, 18-inch alloy wheels, stainless sidebars. On this one we fitted the Fiamma black cased awning. It's also the long wheelbase. It's the more powerful engine. It's the 180 twin turbo DSG, so this really is the ultimate in transporter campers. We'll have a look inside.
And it's very nice paint colour scheme on this, Joe. It's like a deep purple.
Yes, it is.
Yeah,
it's fantastic.
Nice.
It really does suit the Transporter.
So
inside you'll see again we've continued the bright colour theme. We have full leather interior in a beautiful orange colour, which really kind of lifts the interior. This layout we call our Urban Plus. It gives a wider bed in the rear, 130 centimetres wide, with 3 seat belts. And you'll see the furniture unit in this case is made from a gloss black. All of our furniture board is manufactured in Germany. We ship direct from Germany, and we have 12 different colours in stock. Again, we have dozens and dozens of different edging colours, so each van is absolutely unique and typically built specific for the customer. you'll see we fitted some nice overhead storage here for some more storage pockets. This vehicle is also fitted with a hot water heater from Malaga, which gives you an outdoor shower unit. We also have a Propex gas heater in here, so again for those chilly winter evenings, so you have an all year round camper. Again, we have our touch sensitive lights, which I just touch the rim and the light goes on and off, of course LED. This customer has also opted for the 20-litre oven and grill. Again, rotating baking tray, which at the flick of a switch turns around and cooks your pizza or other oven goods nice and evenly. A lovely feature in any camper. The fridge is a market-leading Waco CR50. Again, this is the black unit, which just ties in with your furniture colour. And we have the can combination hob and sink in here. Italian manufactured, double burner, electronic ignition. Again, 12-volt pumped water from, in this case, underbody water tanks, which are 48-litre capacity fresh, 48-litre capacity waste, which is more than enough for most campers. Again, we fitted the Remo elevating roof, which is one of our most popular items. You'll see up front, this customer has opted to go for the 2 captain seats, again with the passenger swivel. Sometimes people prefer to keep the double passenger seat up front, which gives you an extra seating capacity. So our Urban Plus can potentially carry 6 passengers safely. Again, great for larger families.
And you have some under storage.
Yeah, absolutely. If I get out of your way here, you'll see underneath the rear seating, we have pull-out drawers. Again, door area for porta-potty storage. And on the inside here, again, your gas locker in this case. You'll see along the side here, this customer has opted to have timbre door storage along side wardrobe and in the rear of the kitchen. And in the rear again, we have that rear overhead storage unit. So that was just a quick look around this particular 2015 Urban Plus camper, just to give you an idea of the different elements that there are to our conversions and the different possibilities. We have, dozens and dozens of different upholstery colours, 12 different wood finishes, dozens and dozens of trim colours, and the 6 different layouts that we offer. So there's something there for everybody in a transporter size van. So we'll just take a look at another van that we have down here, which is currently for sale. It's actually another 180 horsepower. This one is a manual 6-speed. It's a 2014 van. So we'll just talk you through it now.
And this is a 2-litre engine in this as well, Joe. They're all 2-litre engines, yes?
They are. They're all 2-litre engines, but just available with various different power outputs, from 84 horsepower to 102 to 140, right up to the top of the range, 180 horsepower, which is this fella here. It's a twin turbo. This is a 2014 example. It has 60,000 kilometres on the clock, one owner, full service history, which we've just finished converting, and it's currently for sale. This is the manual version, unlike the previous one we looked at there, which was the DSG. Some people like the idea of the DSG, some prefer their manual box. This vehicle has rear parking sensors, has Bluetooth for your phone, air conditioning, which are all nice features for a camper. Again, we fitted the front elevating Remo roof, colour coded. This is a super flat roof, EU safety tested, fully TUV approved. Inside, you'll see, again, we have our rib 3-seater finished in the Tassimo trim to complement the front upholstery. It's again 130 centimetres wide and folds out into 186 long. We have privacy glass all the way around, again with the opening side window on the driver's side. This unit also has the can double burner hob and sink with folding SMEV tap and electrically pumped water. You'll see this van has our deluxe window surround, which gives a nice finish to the side of the vehicle, and again with LED lighting along the side. This is a new design for 2016, which gives us extra drawer storage for easier access. And again, we have our Waco CR50 market leading compressor fridge with 5-litre freezer compartment. I'll move slightly rear here, and we have our again new for 2016 CBE PC210 electrical control system, which gives us battery level readings, interior temperature sensors, exterior temperature sensors, pump switch, independent light switch, and it's all touch sensitive. So you'll see just as I touch that panel, on and off come the lights, and a constant temperature display there. Just below that we have 3-pin sockets for when we're plugged in on campsite, 12-volt sockets for charging 12-volt appliances, and USB charger for the likes of iPhones and such things. Again, we have integrated 12-volt lighting here, And on the same along here, we have touch sensitive lighting all along the sides. Privacy glass all the way around with blackout curtains, so they do actually work well as curtains, as well as looking very nice. Again, underneath that bed, you have very generous storage with pull-out drawers, and then on the side here, storage area for your porta potty. We have built-in 240-volt battery charger, built-in 12-volt charging system, all hidden away inside the press. Upstairs again, we have the elevating roof bed, which makes this into a proper 4-berth camper, and again just gently pulls down from the roof area on those gas struts, and it is 186 long by the width of the vehicle, so it's a generous sized double bed, and because it's factory made in Germany, will support the weight of 2 adults, unlike a lot of the UK competitors. We have 2 opening side windows, and then we have a front window also. So the 2 side windows have fly nets, which are also openable, so you can have some air flowing in if you manage to make it down to the south of France and we get some sunshine. And then if it happens to be raining and you want to have just a bit of light, you have your front clear perspex, so you're not allowing the water in. And again, that roof is EU safety tested, TUV approved, and like everything that we fit in terms of safety, it all meets the highest European safety standards. You see, this vehicle has the 3 seats still up front and 3 seats in the rear, so this is a proper 6-seater everyday practical vehicle, which you can head to France in at the weekend if you fancy it.
Very good, Joe. And you've got under seat storage here at the front as well.
Yeah, again, that's a flip out storage area from the front. We do also do an optional double swivel for that double passenger seat, so that, you know, we'll show you a van in a moment which has that fitted. So essentially it allows those 2 passenger seats to turn around, gives you a nice social area in the rear. There's also a table which fits onto this rail here, giving a dining area for the people sitting in the rear.
Oh yes. And Joe, you know the night heater, can you set it to come on at certain times of the day and night?
Yeah,
even if you were away from the van?
Yeah, there is an optional 24-hour, 7-day programmable timer for both the diesel heater and the gas heater. And it is a great function, particularly for people into outdoor sports where you may be getting out into the sea for a period of time. You know you're going to be back in an hour and a half, and you want the vehicle to be nice and warm when you do. So that is a wonderful feature.
And Joe, the leisure battery, what way does that work? How much do you have to charge it? How long does it operate for?
In all of these vehicles, there will be multiple ways of charging that battery. The standard leisure battery fit is 110 amp hours and is charged by running the engine initially if you're driving, or secondary if you're plugged in on a campsite. You have a 240-volt battery charger, minimum of 8 amps, which will charge your battery once you're on site. And then we do an optional extra, which is a solar panel, roof-mounted slimline solar panel kit, which with a 100-watt panel, which will keep everything inside here running indefinitely, even in Ireland where we wouldn't have the brightest sunny days all the time. Solar panels really are the way forward for campers, and I'll show you now in a moment where it's fitted onto this vehicle. They're a slimline flexible panel that bond directly onto the vehicle roof. Really fantastic progress for small campers. The Transporter is available with 2 rear door options. The first one you'll see here is a single lift rear door, commonly referred to as a tailgate. I'll show you how that operates. So there's just a single handle in the rear, just lift her and up and over. You'll find a lot of people like this door style. You'll notice that as I stand underneath it, particularly when we're in Ireland, it acts as a form of shelter. And there are rear door awnings available for this type of door, which essentially gives you an outdoor room or another outdoor space. You'll see in the rear of this van, we have, again, this is the rib bed, which has a rear bed shelf. And on the bottom here, we have 2 by 12 litre freshwater containers, so essentially 24 litres of fresh water. And side by side that there, you'll see your sealed gas metal box. Again, not legislation here as of yet, but we like to be ahead of the curve, and it soon will be, and it is a very important safety feature. This rear shelf also folds up almost vertically, giving us a much larger rear storage area, and again, more storage in here. You'll see beside us here we have the other option on the rear door, which is commonly referred to as the barn doors. It also has its advantages in that you require a much smaller space behind the van in order to open the door, because you only need the half of the width. So, you know, there's plus and minuses to both options. This door here also opens as such. You'll see in this case here we have a storage area here for your table in the rear door, and then in a similar fashion you've got a rear bed shelf here. This is our Remo bed in our Remo Trio style camper, and a slightly easier affair to lift the rear shelf in it. So again, we lift that up, and we have an enormous boot space. You'll see again in the rear here we have our gas storage unit in here with storage and more storage up on top here. And again, all factory finished, edge banded. Really is a lovely product.
Can you fill it with water, Joe, from the outside?
It depending on the option that you go for in terms of the water system. This one has an onboard water system with 24 litres of fresh water and 27 litres of waste. These are filled by literally lifting out the container and filling them up. Very simple, and there's advantages to that in terms of you can see exactly what water you have, and it's always going to be fresh because it's straight in front of you and you know exactly what's there. We do an optional upgrade of 48 litres of fresh and 48 litres of wastewater. Those are filled externally through the side of the vehicle using a water hose, and that fills your underbody tank. And similarly with your waste, it is stored underneath the vehicle, which means you're not taking up the storage area inside the van. But you know, again, for most people this system here is ample water, and the idea of having it visibly available to you is a big plus.
And this is the power outlet, Joe, is it?
Exactly, yeah. So when you arrive on your campsite, you have your external 240 volt hookup. So we supply a 10 meter campsite lead which plugs into the van and also into the other end of the campsite, and that will automatically then operate your 3-pin sockets inside, and it'll also automatically operate your battery chargers. Then you're automatically charging your leisure battery once you're on site and plugged in. This is the last camper van I'm going to show you here today. It's a 2012 2-litre TDI engine. We have actually done a Pendle performance upgrade on it to 160 horsepower, so loads more torque, loads more power, and very even power delivery. This vehicle is currently reduced to €41,200, which is a significant saving on the retail cost. It has our urban conversion, which essentially is a sided kitchen unit with a 2-seater rear seat. In the front, it maintains the 3 seats up front, so this is a practical 5-seater everyday car. The units again made from a Zebrano finished ply, again coming from Germany, with a silver trim. We have the ever popular SMEV 9 treble 2 sync hob combination unit with the smoke glass lids. Again, you fold down your lid, you get your workspace back, which is ideal in a medium-sized van like this. We have the over kitchen cupboards here. Again, more storage area for those smaller items such as cups and salt cellars, things like that. Short wheelbase has storage down in this area here. We have again the Propex heating system in this van, which is a lovely feature, particularly on those spring and autumn evenings where it tends to get a bit nippy. The Waco CR50, as you'll see pretty much in all of our campers, extremely efficient, modern cooling technology for mobile vehicles. As I mentioned, you've got your 3 seats up front. This one has the double swivel on the passenger seat, again creating a very social situation. So you've got 2 people sitting in the front and 3 people in the rear potentially. So it's a very nice social situation. You'll see all of the seating in this camper is Italian-made leather. Beautiful quality. Obviously that was an additional cost. You'll see in front here we have the CBE control system, again just located in a different area. In this one, very convenient for the driver and for passengers to be checking battery levels, turning off lights and all the other different controls it gives us. We have again touch LEDs in this van here, so we just touch the light, on it comes, touch again, off it goes. The upstairs, as I keep referring to, we have again the Remo bed, which just pulls down a gas strut like so. So for nighttime use, we have again a 1.8 meter long by the full width of the vehicle bed, which simply just pushes up out of the way for daytime, giving you standing area throughout your living area in the van, which is very important. This also has the Remo elevating roof. It's the super flat model, obviously for the short wheelbase van, again with the 3 opening front windows. The bed system slightly different to the ones we've seen before. This one is the Easy Bed, again 2 seat belted unit with porta potty storage underneath, so we just have a simple door access there for the porta potty, and the unit itself slides out, which I'll demonstrate for you now.
That's very quick, Joe.
Yeah, very straightforward, very simple. There's actually runners which allow that to happen, and we have gas assisted struts to fit it, which also aid the action. And then you've got again a 1.86 long bed by 112 wide. It's a decent sized double. So to reverse that process, you'll see there's a strap in the centre there, which with the microphone in hand, we're going to attempt to pull. So I'll pull on that and push with my knee, and once we start that motion, again those gas struts assist us in closing the bed. So it's very simple, and again we're back to our seat position in just one simple action. It is a short wheelbase, so you lose a little bit of space in the living area, but again the plus being that in terms of parallel parking and everyday use for those people in urban settings, it's just a little bit more compact. We're now at the rear of our 2012 short wheelbase Transporter. You'll see it has nice colour coded bumpers, a dual tow bar for the option of either bike rack mounted unit, or if you wanted to tow a small boat or camping trailer, whatever the case may be. You'll also see she's fitted with the Fiamma F45S awning, 2.6 metre for an outside space, which is great once you park up. It has the barn doors, which is great for easy access. So we just open one side, open the other, and you'll see table storage area here in the rear door. Obviously that sits on the rail inside when in use. At the back we have handy storage net, your sealed gas locker compartment, and there is the pole which actually helps you to operate the wind out awning. Underneath the bed here, no space is wasted. We've got an enormous size pull out drawer here for bedding or whatever other large items that you may want to use, which just pushes back in out of the way for storage when we close the doors. You'll also see this vehicle has the Remo elevating roof fitted, which in many ways is far superior to its competitors. Firstly, you'll see the amount of height which you gain at the rear of the vehicle, which for the person sleeping upstairs, that's generally where their feet is, so you can sleep comfortably up there, unlike a lot of the British made roofs. Again, the scissor hinge action, the gas struts, the structure of the roof, the strengthening frame, they're all German made, top quality items, something that you wouldn't get on the cheaper produced units from the UK.
So Joe, we're just in your workshop now. You've got a lot of work going on here.
Yeah, we'll just show you some of the work that it is that we do, or at least the stages that are involved. You'll see beside us here we have a long wheelbase transporter, which we are in the process of building. So you'll see it's completely stripped out, and we would start the insulation process. We have obviously cut out the roof section here, which has been fitted with an EU certified and TUV approved strengthening frame, which gives us the confidence that in the event of an accident, unfortunately, that it would be as strong as it was when it left the Volkswagen factory originally, which is very important both to us and to any customers who ultimately may be involved in an accident. You'll see again all of the side windows have been removed. They would all be filed, primed, and then we do our first fix wiring. It's not very pretty at this stage, but this is all very important so that we can get the quality finished product that we're looking for. So if we move forwards, and we'll see another vehicle just a little bit further on that is in the next stage. At this point here, you'll see we have our side windows fitted. The vehicle has been fully insulated, panelled, and the lining has been applied. Our floor is in, which is also insulated, and the floor covering applied. We've got a little bit further on the wiring. Our curtains are in, and again we have the strengthening frame on the roof. So a little bit further along. And if we move to the next vehicle along, we have another couple of stages complete. In this one here, this is going to be our with our Remo Variotech sliding seat system. So you'll see the rail system in the floor already. And in this vehicle here, we have partially installed the furniture line. This is our own urban furniture line. Again, edge-banded furniture with a German-made lightweight ply hard laminate finish. Again, it will be pre-plumbed, pre-wired before being installed into the vehicle. It's also fitted with a 20-litre oven and grill, the SMEV combination hob sink unit, and another week's work on this unit here will be ready for the customer to collect. You may be able to make out there underneath the driver's seat is the diesel heating unit, again thermostatically controlled, and the control for it will be mounted onto the side of the furniture. So we have a long way to go, but it gives you some idea as to the level of work that's involved in turning these vehicles from a commercial vehicle into the camper vans that you saw outside. It's an enormous amount of work for us, and this is what we do every day. So we know these vehicles inside out. We don't convert Fiat Ducatos or Renault Trafics. We just do Volkswagen Transporters. It's what we know, and we know them better than anybody else.
So you're also selling this Egg Caravan, Joe. You'd like to show us around?
Yeah, this is something completely different, really. It's a lightweight micro caravan, a 2-berth unit for people who want to get away for the weekend into outdoor activities, cycling, kayaking, mountain biking, where people don't want to be in a tent and yet don't want the enormous expense of a more expensive camper van, or even the hassle of a larger caravan. This is something that you can tow with your average size family vehicle. It's maneuverable for one person. It's light, it's well insulated, and it's a lot of fun. So we'll show you the inside of it here. They're all brightly coloured exteriors. We have a range of different colours on option. You'll see this particular one is sold, but we do have others in stock in a various range of colours. So I'll step inside, and the first thing you'll notice really is that despite the fact they look extremely small from the outside, it's actually quite spacious in here. We have seating for 4 people, 2 on either side of the table. We've got a large dining area here in front of me. We have storage over my right shoulder here. Underneath the seat where I'm sitting is more storage. It also contains a leisure battery and also a battery charger. So when you are on site, there's 240-volt hookup. So when you plug in, you're automatically charging your leisure battery, which runs all of your interior lights here, which are also LED. We've got under-county lights here, under-county lights underneath the kitchen, and also on the press on the far side. We have 2 by opening side windows. Just simply press and slide. Whoops, press and slide. It also has a blind here for nighttime sleeping. We'll show you now in a moment that this table drops down to give a generous sized double bed. In reality, it's actually a larger bed than we get in most of our campers. If I move over to this side here, to the kitchen area, we have a single burner hob here, which again, ample for the weekend for warming up some soup or a simple meal. It comes complete with the gas system, 907 cylinder, shut off valve and pipework. We have again a single sink here with 12-volt pumped water, 13-litre fresh water supply. And again, that's powered from your leisure battery. You've got generous storage underneath the kitchen area here for your kitchen goods, and more storage overhead here over the kitchen area, and similar blackout blind on that window. As I mentioned earlier, this table does drop down in order to give you a generous sized double bed, which I'll show you in a moment. And back over towards the door area, and you'll see in here is all the controls for your electric. So you have your 240-volt trip switches. You've got a built-in transformer, so you can use your 12-volt from the 240-volt supply, and everything, of course, is independently fused. You'll see 3-pin socket here for the 240-volt goods for your regular household stuff. You've got a 12-volt socket here for charging whatever the case may be, and you're using your cooler box. And more sockets dotted around the unit inside. This area here is designed for storage of a porta potty, so again for the use of a porta potty, which is handy to have for emergencies. So I'm just going to demonstrate now how we transform this 4-seater dinette into a generous sized double bed.
Oh, quite an easy operation. Just dropping down the table and repositioning the cushions.
So there we are, an 1150 wide by 2 metre long bed. It's actually a larger bed than we get in most of our campers, so that's very simple and straightforward.
That's very good, Joe.
Yeah, so I'll just step
Very
back
handy,
outside.
handy little caravan, easy to manoeuvre.
Exactly. For people who don't want the hassle of driving around, towing, a 20-foot long, larger white box caravan, it's something fun and different. And at a very competitive price. We have them on special at the moment, €7,400, which compares very well to some of the larger caravans. So,
and it's quite light as well, Joe, so it shouldn't cost that much more to pull with your car or your transporter.
No, it weighs about 400 kilos. So if you can imagine having 4 large people in the back of your car, that's pretty much what you're talking about. For most vehicles, you would barely even notice that it was behind you.
And Joe, can you order some extras for this, like say an awning or a lamp?
We do a range of extras for the caravans. There's an awning rail which comes as standard with the caravan. We have a Remo sun porch awning which can be added. We also have bike racks. We've got roof-mounted carriers. We do extractor fans and various other accessories. We can kind of tailor make, like the camper vans. We can add and take off as customers want.
And it's very good, Joe, because we're getting into the season now of plenty of festivals happening, Electric Picnic and the like.
Yeah, absolutely. I think we'll see a lot of these dotted around the fields of electric picnic and the likes over the summer.
And of course, Joe, if somebody was having trouble getting €7,500 together, they could also go halves. So if a friend of theirs decided to pay half, and
absolutely, and you're getting better value for your money then.
Yes, they could have different times of the year for each person to use it. So very good option to consider if somebody's looking for some extra accommodation.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, look, I think we've seen everything that we have here today at Cosy Campers, between our little egg caravans and the range of Volkswagen campers that we build and sell. So thanks very much for coming in today. Please, anybody who is interested in purchasing or us converting a Volkswagen camper van, or would like to have a little more information and come and view any of our products, please come and visit us in Greenogue. Give us a call on 014016055. Visit our website www.cosycampers.ie.
Great. Thank you very much, Joe.
Thank you, Stavros.
And that's all I have time for you today from Cosy Campers here in Rathcoole Business Park in County Dublin. Very interesting day now, looking around these Volkswagen camper vans, seeing the whole build process. An enormous amount of work goes into building these camper vans. And of course the Egg Caravan, very interesting also. So that's all I have time for you today. A big thanks to Joe McLaughlin from Cosy Campers for having me here today. And until next time, take care and thanks for watching. Cheers.